Welcome to Fertility Unfiltered, what your friends can't tell you. I'm Chloe, and with me today is Dr. Han from RPMG. For our first episode, we're playing a little game, Fact or Fiction. Because, come on, let's face it, fertility advice comes from everywhere. TikTok, your cousin's brunch, even your Uber driver. Today, Dr. Han is here to separate the science from the stories.
Thanks for having me, Chloe. I love this game because these are the types of questions that patients bring into the clinic every day, and happy to jump right into it. Let's get started.
Okay, awesome. So here's the first one. Eating a pineapple core after an embryo transfer helps the embryo stick, aka implantation. Fact or fiction?
So that's fiction. Pineapple has long been a symbol of the infertility community, and this probably originates from this idea that it has bromelain, which is an enzyme that has both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. And some people believe that aids in fertility and specifically implantation. There's also a thought that it might help with blood flow, but there's really no established evidence that it has any such positive effect. So if you like pineapple, please enjoy it, but it is not the treatment for fertility or infertility issues. There's also this idea of eating McDonald's French fries, which is an ongoing urban legend, and I never really encourage people to eat McDonald's, but in this setting, I think it's fine, but that in itself is not a treatment as well.
That is so funny. I see people online thanking McDonald's French fries all the time for their success.
My suspicion is it was introduced by a marketer
that's funny.
for McDonald's.
Okay, perfect. I love it. So next up, the dreaded fertility cliff. Most women have been told on their 35th birthday that their chances of getting pregnant fall off a ledge. Fact or fiction?
So that's a fiction. So fertility definitely does decline with age, but it's more of a graduated slope. And it does get steeper as you cross from the mid to late 30s, but it's certainly not a cliff. So it is definitely possible to have a successful pregnancy after age 35, but if you are struggling with infertility and it has been 6 months or longer, please see a fertility provider. The key really is awareness, not panic.
Perfect. Is there any cutoff for this sort of treatment in your case?
We don't have a strict cutoff like some centers do. Of course, as you get older beyond a certain age, the chances of IVF, our most intense treatment working, will get very low. But the short answer is no, but it's much more nuanced.
Got it. Okay, one for the guys. Hot tub kills sperm permanently. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. So it's not a permanent effect, but increased heat is definitely not advised. There's a reason that testicles exist in the scrotum, because they like to be about 4 degrees cooler than the rest of the body for optimal sperm production. So if you are trying to conceive, take a pause on the hot tub and other activities that increase growing temperature, like saunas, jacuzzis, wearing tight-fitting underwear. You should definitely avoid prolonged sitting and keep the laptop off of your lap.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I found this is another biggie, because I think any adult today is managing a fair amount of stress. So is it true that stress by itself can make you infertile? Fact or fiction?
Mostly fiction. So stress alone does not cause infertility, but chronic high levels of stress can certainly affect the menstrual cycle and contribute to sexual dysfunction. So infertility itself and the treatment can cause significant distress. So I highly encourage patients to seek support to reduce that burden. Things like yoga, acupuncture, exercise, and even participating in some fertility support groups can be helpful.
Okay, cool. Now let's give the guys another one. People talk about women's biological clock, but men's age doesn't matter. Is that fact or fiction?
Definitely fiction. So we know that older men have decreased pregnancy rates. They have increased time to pregnancy. But we also know that older men can have abnormal semen parameters and decreased success with treatment as well. There are also data to suggest an association with pregnancy complications and some increases in genetic or other neurodevelopmental disorders. So the bottom line is the age of the male partner definitely matters too.
Alrighty, last one, and it might surprise people. Fact or fiction, it's not always the fastest sperm that wins the egg race, because the egg actually chooses the sperm?
So that's a fact. So we used to think it was more of a simplistic race, but we've actually known that the fluid around an egg secretes substances that attract sperm. So there was this really interesting study out of the UK where they exposed sperm and fluid from the follicles, which are the structures where eggs are grown and developed. And they tested whether there was a different response based on if the fluid was from their partner or not.
Oh, wow.
And what's interesting is the sperm isn't always attracted to the fluid from their partner. But the bottom line there is that there is a differential attraction of sperm towards different eggs.
Okay. Is there any, I guess you can't tell what's going to make it attractive to it or not? Huh?
No, we don't know exactly why that happens. There's some thought that it might be related to genetic compatibility, but we don't really know the mechanisms there.
Wow, that's wild. So all those cartoons of sperm racing to the egg, it's not the complete picture.
Exactly. It's not a sprint, and there's a lot more at play than we previously thought.
Okay. So today we learned pineapple isn't a miracle cure. 35 isn't a cliff. Hot tubs aren't permanent trouble. Stress doesn't cause infertility by itself. Men's age does matter, and the egg might be doing the choosing after all. That's a much clearer picture than what you'll hear your cousin at brunch or your Uber driver. Dr. Han, thanks for playing along.
Happy to. It's my pleasure. And remember, if you have any fertility questions, please ask your doctor, not social media.
I love that. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. That's the end of episode 1, Fertility Unfiltered, what your friends can't tell you. Next time, we're going to pull back the curtain on what really happens inside of a fertility clinic, the things that people are too embarrassed to ask. See you then.